107.5 The Game Podcasting is sponsored by Modern Exterminating, a family-oriented company. Professional, honest, and dependable pest control solutions. We're your one-stop shop for all pests.
Shane Beamer, as far back as I can remember, this is in the best shape after 5 years of a South Carolina football program any coach has gone into.
Well, he's got the best record through 4 years of any coach ever.
He, you go back to the Steve Spurrier era. Spurrier coming out of year 4, people were wondering if the game had passed him by.
Sure.
They were legitimately wondering. So here comes Shane Beamer. You're off an incredible year, 9 wins. Can make the case. Definitely should have been 10 by well, if you want to play, you can play a whole lot of games on what it should have been or what it could have been. But the bottom line is he comes into this year probably on the least hot seat any coach has ever gone into at this university in year 5.
Yep.
The coaches that have made it to year 5, and that's key.
I think that's fair that even if Carolina had a disastrous season and they went, let's just say 2-10 like Florida State did, it would suck, but we would be like, okay, well, now we're looking for a new head coach. Like, no, he's done enough to earn the benefit of the doubt, at least for another year after that.
Now that you got the ad revenue, the revenue stream, you know, one of the things is all these ADs, all these sports are looking for different ways to raise money, and you came across something with LSU seeking to have jersey patches.
Yeah, so LSU is seeking approval to be able to put jersey patches on like you see in, the NBA, you see it in soccer. Now the entire uniforms in professional sports are, adorned with sponsors. And I kind of think we saw this coming, right? It's surprising me the NFL hasn't gone this far. They do on like practice uniforms and stuff like that.
Well, the NBA is big on this now, right?
The NBA is big on that now. Obviously, Major League Baseball, you have the patches on the sleeves now with those uniforms. But yeah, when you're looking to try and generate revenue every single year, if you can have a company that's going to be willing to pay you millions of dollars to put that logo on every single football uniform, and this is across all sports. It's not just football. Like, they want to try and get this for all their sports. So yeah, for a sport like soccer that again is not the most revenue producing sport, if you can have a certain brand say, hey, we want to be the sponsor of this team, we'll pay you X amount of $1 million every single year to have that patch on the uniform, boom, there's part of your revenue.
I don't know if we've properly addressed the importance of this, because to me, we can talk about defensive line. Sure. We can talk about replacing Nick Ebenwari. You can talk about replacing Demetrius Knight and Debo Williams, and those are all important. Mm-hmm. I don't know what we have. I say we. All right, when I say we for South Carolina, I don't know what South Carolina has at the running back position. It feels like of backups that somebody's got to be RB1.
Yeah, and I think Oscar Adway did a fine job, being the guy to come in relief of Rocket Sanders a year ago when he needed him, and had a few good runs, a few good plays here and there. Again, we talked about Jordan Howell yesterday and some of the promise he showed in the bowl game prior to fumbling. But you look at that, Isaiah Gustave ran behind a terrible offensive line last year at Colorado, so I truly don't think we know exactly what we have with with him. And then Matthew Fuller, again, a guy that's got a few touches here and there, but not really done a whole lot. That if Faison is not ruled eligible, you can't look at anybody in that room and say, you're RB1. It's kind of like, okay, we have these 4 running backs, and we're just going to keep rotating through them and see if somebody pops. But as of right now, you don't know for sure. And that's a bad thought to have going into the season, because most SEC teams kind of have their bell cow back and compliments around them, obviously. And South Carolina without Faison could be looking at a situation where you're trying to figure it out as the season goes along.